Hey guys, and welcome back to Divine Journey 2. Last episode we set up automations for all the things in Bewitchment, and we got the first of our rituals up and running, as well as setting up some empowered oil automations here. The plan for today is to continue down our Bewitchment quest line, and hopefully be able to finish out the last two quests here. So continuing from where we left off last episode, we need to make some of this spirit string. And all of these components we have the ability to craft except for the Spanish moss, which apparently is found in swamp biomes. But after crashing the server twice and many thousands of blocks travelled, we managed to get our hands on some Spanish moss. And I don't know if it's necessary to actually automate this, but I mean, why not? So we just have it tucked up above our hyper diamonds. These things actually grow like vines, so the mechanical user will harvest it with the shears, and then put it in this drawer here. And I believe we actually already have the recipe for this from last time. Yeah, so we can just request this. Alright, nice. So I don't know where these bottom quests are going to lead us, but next we have to make some poppets. And I was doing some reading in the Book of Shadows. These poppets are like trinkets. They actually seem kind of useful, but maybe only for the early game. There's things like reduces starvation damage, it can preserve your tools from breaking, things like that, but I think we're actually mainly interested in just custom crafting recipes for these. So yeah, let's make up a couple more clockwork mines. And the rest of the things we already have crafted here. So there is the first poppet. Oh, it gives us 2 more clockwork mines. So next we have to create the death protection poppet. Yeah, you know what, I was going to rush through here and try to make this poppet once, but let's just take our time here and we'll actually automate these life crystals and also the potion of second chance. Alright, and we have life crystals, and also potions of second chance. So starting with the potions, it's actually very basic. It's just 1 potion brewer and 1 mechanical crafter. So these second chance potions are made with instant health 2, and this is just the default vanilla recipe. In fact, I think we're even producing instant health 2 down here somewhere. Yeah, I think it's part of this instant damage actually. It makes instant health and then it adds fermented spider eye to make it instant damage. But we're just making them again from scratch up here. So this industrial foregoing potion brewer takes it all the way from glass bottles, awkward potions, healing potions 2, and then adds golden apples to make them second chance. And the golden apples come from this mechanical crafter. These are just output on conduit here. However, in this pack, the golden apples are actually made from magical apples, which means that we have to passive this, which is in the extra utilities 2 enchanter. So we do actually have one of these enchanters, it's been here for quite a while. So I just added an extra conduit connection to this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this conduit yet. Yeah, down here we have a little level emitter, which controls the extract on this thing. And we're just asking this to keep 128 magical apples. So this conduit below connects up here to the enchanter, where it will put in 16 apples and 1 lapis. And that gives 16 magical apples at a time. So yeah, that just leaves the life crystals for the poppet here. And this time I decided to separate things out. So these crystallizers we've made as part of the Abyssocraft things. And we actually have a similar setup just below this for methane. But I decided not to piggyback off this one at all. And we keep everything separate up top here. So we have 5 different crystallizers. First one crystallizes charcoal for carbon. The second one is water buckets for hydrogen and oxygen shards. The third one is gunpowder for nitrate and sulfur. Fourth one is rotten flesh, which gives phosphorus, I believe. And the 5th one crystallizes the nitrate that we're getting from the gunpowder there. And this gives us nitrogen, as well as some more oxygen byproduct. But yeah, all the outputs are stored in compacting drawers. Those are all output from the bottom. These are sided machines, unfortunately. But yeah, we just have all the inserts going into the drawer controller back there. This shouldn't be connected. And then we extract on purple from the drawer controller into a crafter, where apparently the settings got wiped here. Yeah, we want to be making life crystals. And then yeah, we just have an output drawer which is connected to the same drawer network. And we have life crystals on passive now. As for the placement on this thing, just try to maximize the space in our base. I'm aware we are getting quite wide here on the map, and I would kind of like to limit the amount of chunks loaded on the server. So I think we can make this space work. It might take a little bit of sprucing up, but yeah, I kind of want to move on from this today, so we're just going to facade this and we'll come back when we're building later on. Alright, so now I think we can make our death protection poppets. We don't have the Rune of Greed on passive, but we do have those on request. So in fact, let's just put an on-demand recipe for these poppets in for now. I noticed later on, by the way, that we need these for this thing, which is the essence of cycles. And this is part of the Infinity Catalyst, I believe, somewhere down the line. Yeah, here we go. So we'll have to address our runes later on. I think we may have to put all of our runes on passive. But that's a project for another day. So yeah, let's just get our poppets and try to progress with Bewitchment. Alright, progress. Nice. So with our poppet, we have to make a death core. The quest book is mentioning us luck here and recommends that we should automate the poppets, which we mostly have. But yeah, looking at this death core, we need a Florb of Liquid Death and 8 death protection poppets. Alright, well, we have the poppets. Let's see what we need for these florbs. Liquid Death. How do we make Liquid Death? Oh, this is a Thaumcraft item, that's right. And to unlock this, we have to accept a moderate amount of warp. So, I guess for science. So now that we have the research for this thing, we just have to put in our buckets, select Liquid Death, and that is a fair amount of Essentia actually, just for one bucket. But eventually our Liquid Death shows up. Let's scan this for Thaumcraft. And now we have to fill our Florb, which does mean crafting more Florbs. We made these last episode actually, and we have them in this mechanical crafter here. The only thing is our slag production, and we don't have a way of producing any slag right now. We still have over 1,000 in our backlog, so I think we'll just keep working off that thing. And in fact, just to keep things simple, we can even put another fluid transposer here, and we can filter in buckets of Liquid Death. I don't think we need this for anything else, so any buckets of Liquid Death in our system is just going to be transported straight to here. Actually, I guess we'll need 2 fluid transposers for this, won't we? Yeah, this can work. I mean, it will be hidden like this, unless we maybe, I mean, there's nothing stopping us extending this out a little bit. But this will filter in any buckets of Liquid Death. I've just added them to this bottom interface down here. That filters them into the first fluid transposer, which gives us the liquid. And then the buckets are just taken back out on the bottom. Then we have the florbs from this mechanical crafter filtered into the back of this fluid transposer. And now we have our Liquid Death florbs. Again, these won't be fully automated, as we don't have the Liquid Death automated yet. And I'm not actually sure if this is going to be an essential step, or if we can just batch craft a whole ton of these Liquid Death buckets. But we can address any production issues that come up at a later stage. So for now, I think we can craft our death core. Let's actually put in a recipe for this, and just see what we're missing here. Okay, we're missing 1 heart, and 1 magical leather. Oh, and a florb. Also, I just went to request something, and our diamond count is 0. I mean, luckily we do have 4,000 ores, over 4,000 ores. But yeah, every now and again this sort of thing happens, and it's due to these drawers filling up, and then the ore processing gets backed up. Fairly soon though, we will address our resource shortage. Well, not shortage, just bottleneck. But for now, I think what I'm going to actually do is throw a few stellar alloy grinding balls. These can give 230% increased output, and since this is locked on the diamonds, this is going to give us a lot of diamonds to work with. And I suspect this will have to fill some buffers as well. Alright, so to get the extra hearts that we need for the death core, we apparently can get this from witches, and we don't have to use villagers. So yeah, let's make a powered spawner for these guys. Hello. So to get the hearts, we have to be holding this sacrificial or ceremonial dagger. Well, these witches have given us a very nice greeting here. And yeah, they have the chance to drop their hearts. And I do actually have a plan for these powered spawners. I know that we do have a lot of them down at our mob farm. Fairly soon here, maybe even today actually, we're going to be moving all of them. So yeah, this is only a temporary measure. Where's that guy? There he is. So yeah, we're just waiting on this thaumatorium finishing up. I really should add some more of these things actually. There is quite a lot of Thaumcrafting to be done. Although I guess all of Thaumcraft will see some upgrades fairly soon in the next chapter here, where we get some Thaumic energistics, along with some more quality of life improvements for Thaumcraft in general. Yeah, let's toss in a few more buckets for more liquid death. Alright, look at what just one of these death cores take. And this isn't even everything either, because a lot of the stuff we have on passive, so this doesn't include base ingredients for all of this stuff. But yeah, that is a lot of runes to be crafting here. And this is just for 1. Well, I guess there's no time like the present. Let's start this craft. And while that thing is crafting, let's look at the other side of the quest tree for Bewitchment here. So we made some of these Splash Witches brews, which is just some mandrake and ice. And with those potions, we have to make perpetual ice. Oh yeah, nice. We probably should have made a bigger stone platform than that though. Alright, well that was fairly easy. I don't know if that's something we'll have to automate. Most likely though. But now we have to make some bottled Frostfire, which is made in the distillery with some of this perpetual ice. A mystical tablet. Oh, these also take forever to craft. Some more fiery onion, we made these last episode. Heaven extract, and condensed gelum. So the quest only calls for one of these things. I'm not sure if we need any more than that. Let's just make one for now and we'll see where this takes us. So first is going to be our condensed gelum. Actually, does this work with the mechanical user? To start this runic altar, you must have the research for it, but since these are custom items, I think we can actually get away with using the user for this. The only thing is we will have to filter this on the output. Yeah, I used this for the alchemical constructs. Unfortunately, we do have to start those ourselves though, and the user won't work, but at least we can pull out the finished product. And then we'll get our other mystical tablet. And that also means our death core is finished crafting. Yeah, so I think that was the last quest we can do for now. Oh, that's all that warp. Yeah, that is the last quest over here we can do for now. I think we have to unlock some of these top ones first. So yeah, just the runes and the distillery steps to go. Alright, so eventually we have our bottled Frostfire. So I'm curious what this is actually going to be used for. I assume this thing. And to make these we need some of this Frostfire, and it looks like we have to throw thaumium inside. We do have quite a bit of thaumium. This is supposed to be saved for our Essentia smelteries, but let's just borrow some of it for now. So the quest asks for 10 cold iron ingots. Let's make 32. Alright, so this Frostfire, I think we can actually just pick back up, and it acts just like regular fire. We throw in our thaumium, and we have cold iron. Nice. Alright, so that unlocks the Sigil table, which we did anticipate last episode actually. So we do have a spare witch's oven for this. We do need the rest of these materials though. Alright, so the advanced crafting table, we actually have some of these from one of the Divine RPG dungeons. Block of cold iron we should have by now. I assume this is just 9 ingots. And we need a Sigil of Suppression and a Sigil of Phantom Bridge. Sigil of Suppression is easy. It just requires, unsurprisingly, a suppression reagent and a demonic slate. Wait, that's backwards. I always do that. Demonic slate first, then the reagent. This Phantom Bridge, on the other hand, has a very interesting recipe, so we need a Phantom Bridge reagent, which is not one of the ones we have on passive. And this takes a Phantom Face, a Drawbridge, Mana Steel, and a Compressed Obsidian Block. Yeah, that is a recipe. But after a bit of crafting, and putting this the wrong way once again, we have our Sigil of the Phantom Bridge. And now it's just one more Thaumcraft and Fusion Craft. Oh yeah, look at all the mobs down there. We get a party in the Void Dimension. And we have a Sigil table. Oh, is this just an extended crafting table, basically? I think it might be. Alright. While we're here, actually, let's pick up a Goblet. So, not only is it a quest, apparently this thing will give us a lot of altar power. Although maybe we have to fill it first, using the cauldron. You know what? Let's just find out. So, right now we're at 1113. We put on our Goblet here. What do we go to? 1196. I bet if it's filled it gives some more, but it's better than the flower pot we used to have, so let's just keep it there. Okay, so the next two quests we can do actually quite easily. We need a Diabolical Vein, which is actually everything we have, and the Traveller's Tenacity, which looks like this, and I think all of this stuff we're actually farming. Also, guess who forgot a filter last episode? Look at the amount of canola we have. 17,000 crystallized. Yeah, this has probably been running all night. So there's quest number 1, and the second one should just be crafting here. So at this point, if you're as confused as I am, I don't blame you, because yeah, I don't really know exactly where we're going with this bewitchment stuff. But I think next we have to perform some more rituals, and also craft some of these sigils. So let's do the rituals first, and for that we need phasing chalk. And to make this chalk we have to put through some of the ingredients we collected last episode. First one being the regular ritual chalk, some spectral dust which we can get from undead mobs, otherworldly tears, and a rune of envy. Although this is the wrong order, I don't know if the order matters of these things. Anyways, let's clear out the cauldron and throw in our ingredients. And it goes flying again. That's never going to get old. Alright, phasing chalk. So this I think allows us to access the next tier of rituals. So the one we are looking for here is Spiritual Rift. Ah, here we go. So 2 wormwood, 2 ectoplasm, a spectral dust, and an ender pearl. And this thing looks like it's the double circle, but it does, I think, have to be this phasing chalk on the outside. Whereas we do just have the regular chalk. And rather than breaking and replacing these things, since there is a durability on these chalks, I believe if we actually put some clay on this and hold this on our offhand, apparently not. Maybe it's just one clay? Yeah, there we go. And this way we can easily recolor the circle right here. Tier 2 is actually a piece of clay and some wood ash. So hopefully this should work. Yeah, there we go. Although I don't see what the benefit of that is, since it does also take durability off this. I guess it is just faster though. Alright, let's give this a go. Our source of magic is not strong enough. Yeah, it looks like it probably is altar power. How do we boost this some more? You know what? I think we may have to fill our goblet here. However, to do that, we need a demon heart, which looks like it's this quest over here. So I think we have to circle back and get this chalk first. Alright, so this fiery chalk quest has actually unlocked a quite interesting thing for us here. So we have to spawn some demons. And it gave us a new book to consult here. So to do this, we first of all have to change our circle right again. And we'll also need to take it up to tier 3, which is the 3rd ring. That's not right. I think it's something like this though. That looks right, I think. Alright, so to summon these guys, do we need another dagger for this? Perhaps, actually. Rotten flesh, hellbore, demonic horn, bottle of blood, diamonds, and a gold ingot. I think we will need another sacrificial dagger, so let's make one of these things. And then we upgrade this blood magic one to the bewitchment one. Also, it looks like our diamond supply has recovered quite nicely here. We're back up to almost 9,000. So yeah, that was actually quite quick to process all of that stuff. So to be able to summon these demons, we need a little volunteer, so to say. So but it's your unlucky day. Alright, so we got our input items for our ritual. Let's give this a go. And I think after we start this thing, we have to sacrifice our little volunteer. Still not enough ritual power. Yeah, we need a total of 1332. Okay, so I just planted some more of the bewitchment seeds that we recently got access to actually, some of this aconitum and mandrake. And we also have one of these dragon blood trees. And yeah, this takes us up to 1459, which is more than enough actually. So let's try this ritual again. Alright, so we start the ritual. Sacrifice our villager. Yeah, it didn't work. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, I managed to squeeze out a little bit more altar power. Let's see if we can do this a second time. Hello, cleric. Is it working this time? Are we gonna have enough altar power? Oh, we do! Oh, look at this guy. No, I don't want to trade with you. Oh, the nausea. Oh no. Hey! There we go. Wait a second, he didn't even drop the heart either. We got the regular heart, but not the demon heart. Oh, are we gonna have to do this again? Alright, are we gonna be 3rd time lucky? Let's see. Aha, we got it that time. So looking ahead a little bit in the quest book, I think we need more than one of these demon hearts. And in fact, there is a crafting recipe for this, to basically duplicate them with 10 more demon hearts and 10 regular hearts. But to make these sacrifices a bit easier, I noticed that the spawn villager egg is actually a craftable item in bewitchment. This thing we just make in the distillery, with some V crystals, some eggs, and a heaven extract. Oh, and this is a hedge witch. Alright, nice, we have 2 of these things, which I think is enough to progress for now. The first thing we're going to make is a demonic elixir, and we do get 4 of these at a time. Oh man, look at all the different jars we've got by now. Oh, and I forgot this recipe will stack the inputs. We have to change this with the no stack jar. I was wondering why it got stuck there. That's an easy fix though. And actually, first thing we're going to do with these is fill our goblet here. But to do that, we do need a florb of molten dreadium. And since this is, I think, a one-time recipe, we're just going to do this by hand the first time. So we have to melt, what is it, 6 ingots of dreadium? And florb it. That's a funny word to say. Florb. There we go. Alright, so wood ash first, just to clear the cauldron. Oh, and I did also move our little setup for this dragon's blood resin over here. I think it's a bit better of a spot over here, rather than in the middle of our terminals there. Alright, so goblet, demonic elixir, the florb, dragon's blood, and diabolus. And we have flying items. And our quest. Right, let's see how much altar power this gives us. We're currently at 1478. Oh, the ender dragon likes that. Oh yeah, 1774. That's nice. Oh, that's cool. Okay, before we do any more rituals, let's make this sigil. Oh, and there's no option to import from JAI either. Okay, old school manual recipe. Let's see if I've got a good memory. Is this correct? It is correct, nice. Sigil of Purity. So to actually use this sigil, I think we have to unlock the rest of the quests over here, which means crafting up some flying ointment. And this is something very easy to craft actually. It's multiple steps, but we have all of this previous steps automated. Okay, so now I think we've got a boss fight here at the end of Bewitchment. We have to summon a higher demon and collect his staff. At least I think this is a staff. One of the items we need to summon this guy is a quest we missed over here called the Pentacle. And this is another infusion craft here. Some more cold iron, diabolical veins, stone ichor, and a corallium decorated bloodstar. Oh, and of course these cold iron blocks have to specifically be this chiseled variant. And actually, once we get this thing, one of the other things we need for this is a sanguine cloth, and I have no clue how to get this. I think the rest of the things we should have here though. Oh, the sanguine cloth is just in the spinning wheel here, and this is just some black wool. We can do this, no problem. And we got the pentacle. Alright, there's the sanguine cloth. Let's summon this demon. Except this time, instead of a villager, I think it has to be a sheep. Yeah, valid sacrifice is required. Okay, is this guy gonna spawn? Hey, there he is. Oh, he's seen me. He's seen me. Oh yeah, this guy is tanky. Oh, of course he has 666 HP as well. We should just be able to keep kiting him though. Alright, we're gonna get him. We're withered. We're withered. Okay, we got him. Nice. Alright, these guys are very fast. And we got the staff. Awesome. So with the staff, we have to use one of the last remaining witches' ovens that we have crafted and make our brazier from Bewitchment. Nice, so now we have to get some curses going with this thing. More specifically, we have to craft one of the last quest items here, this pendant. And the tooltip says we have to be holding this, cast Conflagration on ourselves. So to cast Conflagration, we need these input items. So I think all the top items we have, plus one of these tag locks. Oh, this thing is, yeah, easy to craft this thing. We just have to get the rest of the things for the pendant. So we're just missing Traveller's Tenacity, which is probably the most complex one to craft, and a Rune of Wrath. Alright, so all the runes finished. There is our pendant, and our quest. And this is how we make our ignition. This is a custom item, 1 of 5, which allows us to get into lightning craft. It will still be a while before we access this mod, but let's try to get our ignition. So apparently we have to fill this tag lock up by shift right click on a bed. There we go. Yeah, it contains a tag of Threefold. And now I think we're ready to perform our curse. So I'm going to put it down here again, I think. Alright, so for this to work, I think we have to just put on our input items. So Fiery Unguent, Bottled Hellfire, Charcoal, Hellbore, and our tag lock. Okay, now what? I think we have to flint and steel this. Hopefully this is right. Yeah, we're inflicted with Hellfire. So I think we just have to right click this. Yeah, and we get our ignition. Awesome. Should we use all of this though? Let's keep 1 durability on this. Yeah, there we go. So we have 14 pieces of ignition. And we get 4 more for the quest, which just leaves 3 more in Bewitchment. So we have to go back and do that other ritual that we couldn't quite do earlier on since we didn't have enough altar power. And summon a bunch of ghosts. This time I think it's working. Yeah, there's our ghosts. Nice. So that gave us Shard of the Grotesque. And this thing we need in a cauldron recipe to create Stew of the Grotesque. And this is where we use our death core that we made earlier on, along with some very, very obscure items, like a lizard's leg, a toe of frog, adder's fork, a hellbore we have, and the belladonna we have. Actually, I think we might have adder's fork too. We just have to find a lizard leg and a toe of the frog. Let's hope we don't crash the server loading so many chunks again. But where would we find these guys? I think I recall seeing frogs before, but I don't know if I've ever seen any lizards in this pack. Oh, there's a frog. Hello, frog. We didn't get his toes though. I don't know if we have to just loot them from these guys. Okay, these guys are super rare. It's already been like 40 minutes maybe. I'm not really even sure where I'm supposed to be looking is the problem. But we keep going, I guess. Ha, more frogs. Let's hope we are a bit luckier this time. Oh, there's a few more over there. I'm probably going to grab them in these soul vials and just powered spawn on these guys. Still no drop. Alright, let's pick this guy up at least. We do still need lizards. Aha, there you are. There's the lizards. These guys are tiny. Oh, I meant to pick that guy up. I hope I got him. Let's make sure we get this guy at least. Hey, we got one. First time. Alright, we still do need the frogs though. Alright, that is a lot of frogs. Surely we're gonna get one this time. Yeah, that's way too many frogs. Oh, we still don't have the drop though. I did even stick looting on this thing. Unless maybe these are the wrong type of frogs, but I mean, they are the bewitchment frogs, aren't they? Okay, it turns out we're actually looking for toads and not frogs, even though the item is listed as toe of frog. It's a little bit deceiving, but I checked the wiki, and apparently it's toads that we're looking for. I was getting all excited that we would have the items for this, but nope, more searching here. Okay, still no luck here. I think I've been at this over 2 hours now searching for these toads. So yeah, I'm actually close to just giving up on these guys. There is some more frogs, but yeah, this is not what we're after. Aha! So 2 hours later, we have a frog. I mean, I thought this was going to be a toad, but it's listed as a frog. I think the other frogs we had were from Mystical World, whereas I think this one is the Bewitchment one. I hope. Oh, are these the wrong frogs again? This looks like quark frogs. Alright, we're back in the swamp again. I did mark it, so we came back here. Okay, I think this toad has actually stumped us. I don't think we're getting this today. It's been another 45 minutes or so since the last clip. And I'm not gonna lie, this is a bit depressing. Just running around here. So if any of you guys are further than me in the pack and have already found this little guy, let me know any tips or tricks in the comments below. But I think we're gonna wrap up here today. Can you imagine we found one now? It's not gonna happen though. You know, I'm starting to doubt they even exist, but there is actually a spawn egg for them. No crafting recipe. And some of you guys might point out that, well, we could just summon them in. I'm not doing that. It's a matter of principle, really. I've spent too long to just summon them. So unless it's genuinely bugged, I'm just going to keep looking here, and hopefully we can get it for the start of next episode. And that should also be us finished Bewitchment. What do you think, Dragon? You think we're going to find one? Anyways, that is going to do us for today. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for some more Divine Journey 2.